I was introduced to Lifeway actually by sitting in the background listening to my wife joining these podcasts. That's how that happened. Donna's my wife. And I listened to the testimonies and I realized that this stuff's for real. And I decided right then and there that I was going to try this, and not just try this, I was going to use this on faith. And I was going to go out and just use the product. So starting off, I've been on the patches now for 2 years. I had no major medical issues or problems before. I'm 58 years old. I definitely struggled when I would go to the gym. I couldn't hardly stand up or sit down because I'd get so sore. And it didn't take but probably a month, and the patches really started kicking in, and I was able to go back and really start working out at the gym. And now working out the gym, I work out at a gym called F45, and these are hard workouts. I mean, I'm working out with 20-something-year-olds and doing these circuits, and I've really noticed a difference. My training, my strength, I've really seen a difference by using the patches. When I started using the patches, I didn't see anything because I had no major medical issues. So I didn't notice. You don't always notice right away, but I knew something was happening because after 3 months, I noticed my fingernails, toenails, and my hair started growing like crazy. And something was changing in my body, and my body was reacting to it. So that was encouraging. Around 5 months in, I've had this issue with TMJ for years and years. And my jaw, all of a sudden I'd wake up in the middle of the night and my jaw was locked up. And it's like, well, that's a bad thing. Actually, what was happening was my body was in a healing crisis. It was going through, and it was actually rebuilding and regrowing muscle in my jaw. And I could literally feel the difference. I could tell that my jaw, the muscle and the ligaments, it had gotten thin. And now they're definitely worked back up, and it helped restore a lot of that in my mouth. The other thing that I noticed, both my father and my grandfather passed away from heart issues. So I've always been a little concerned about making sure my heart was doing well. So around 8 months, I went in and did a test with the cardiologist just to see how my heart was doing. And we literally started monitoring my blood pressure, and watched my blood pressure go back down into the normal ranges. So now it's been steady in normal ranges for over a year. So it's been really good. I've seen that. But what really caught my attention was around 12 months. I was at the gym and I was working out. I was racing a 20-something-year-old girl. As a 58-year-old guy, you can't let a girl beat you. And she was beating me doing bench hops, and I popped my knee, and I literally heard my knee pop. Went to the doctor. It didn't completely detach, but it had frayed. And he said it's probably at least 6 to 8 weeks before you're going to be able to go back to the gym. You won't need surgery, but at least you'll be able to heal from it. Well, what happened was, instead of my leg turning black and blue like he said it would do, it went straight to that yellowish, and it just very odd. We patched it up. I did X39, I did Eon, I did glutathione, and I did carnosine. Right, so I kind of did the gamut. I just stuck it right on my knee. And within 3 days, I was able to extend my leg and be able to step forward again. Within 2 weeks, I felt like going back to the gym. And in 3 weeks, I was at the gym. So it was incredible how much faster my body healed. I mean, I was healing like I was a kid again. So it's amazing to see how that works.
That's amazing, Craig. So the doctor tells you it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks. And actually in 2 weeks, you're ready to go back to the gym, but you hold off an additional week just to make sure.
Just to make sure. He said that this is amazing. He was really surprised to see. So it was one of those things. And I was back at the gym, and you're careful, but I was literally, there was no pain. There was no issues and no strength issues. So I was literally back at the gym in 3 weeks, working out like normal. So it's amazing what it does. This stuff works. That's what I love about this technology.
So it's 50. You said you were 58 or 59?
58.
So at 58, because what we know is that without the patches, you would have lost pretty much all of your stem cell ability, right? Because you're almost 60.
Mhm.
So, but since you've been wearing the patches for 2 years, at 58, you cut that repair time period into half, and
Yeah.
you're back with no issues at all at 58 years old.
Yep. I also noticed my back, my lower back. I've always had lower back issues. So every day I put my X39 on the back of my neck like normal. And then I go put my harness, my Aon. I always stick that on my lower back. I like it there. And that's sure enough, my lower back feels great. So I don't have the issues or the pain or the stiffness that I had before. So, I feel better now than I did in my 40s. Put it that way.
Absolutely amazing. And, I've never heard of the muscle and the tissue growing back in the jaw from your TMJ.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
you'd be surprised. It was amazing because I could feel the muscle was thin. It was very thin. I could feel bone. There's no bone. It's all muscle now.
and so that's just like over having the TMJ for chronic years, it just like thins it out and erodes it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm just going to add one last thing because I know you want to jump on, is that we had studied stem cells, and Donna even had some stem cell injections. And at the time, I realized that the benefit of stem cells, I told Donna, I said, we should go get stem cell injections every year. And then when this technology came up, it was like, this is much more affordable. It's less intrusive and it works. And so, definitely having this to reverse your age, it's amazing. So
yeah.
I love the technology.
Right. And on that vein, you are getting more hair growth and your hair is turning black again and not gray, correct?
Yes, it is. Yep. And I have my little bald spot in the back is gone. And
wow.
and I can cut it short and it looks good,